This little picture there of the sign for the Black's Bridge, covered bridge. And it's just something that's in our area. I'll kind of pan around here a little bit. See if you can get a good look at it. And that's pretty much it. Give you a little shot of what it looks like on the inside. We'll just kind of walk through here a little bit. Sorry for the shaking of the camera. There we go. You can see a little ripple over here where the bridge is kind of buckled a little bit. And I'm going to take and bring you around here and show you the size of these bolts and hold these planks into place. It's very large, rather large indeed. The boards themselves, pretty thick, but this is over top of the 4 Mile Creek, which is the spill off from the dam at Houston Woods at Lake Acton. Thank you. View from under the bridge here. This is 4 Mile Creek. Not a very wide creek, not very deep. The water's actually up right now. Some of the bridge supports, a little bit of graffiti there. And I'll pan up here and give you a long shot of the bridge. And the embankment over there, the middle support. This bridge has been here for quite a while. A little shot down the creek there. Now this is what I wanted to show you. These are some raccoon tracks. They appear to be a couple days old. Although this one could be fairly fresh. The way the claws dig into the sand. This one over here is definitely very old. Despite being in the sand, it disintegrates rather well. There's nothing to it. This track here is fairly old. You can see it's rather worn. A fresh track would look like this, only the pads in through here would be a little more defined, although you can see the toe pads very defined, and the claws. That is a raccoon track. He probably came down here and cleaned up what he was going to eat, as raccoons are common to wash their food before they eat. And here's where a beaver has done a little work on a sapling. You can see some of the gnaw marks there. This was not done with a knife or a saw. This was all the work of a very industrious beaver. So knowing that there's both beaver and raccoon in the area is actually a good sign, because that's wildlife. That means this water is relatively clean, although if you look at it, it's rather muddy and murky due to the recent rains that have the water up a bit. Here is another indicator. I'm sorry for the little shake on the cam. I'm just kind of bringing it down to level. Let you see this before I bring it up. This is a fresh water mussel that has been opened up and eaten. I would say this is one of the things that the raccoon has worked on. But freshwater mussels are native to Ohio. They are in several creeks. They can be a survival food, but I'll tell you right now, it is illegal to harvest any mussel in any part of Ohio. They are protected. A little disgusting, and I apologize for it, but as you can see, that's a very large carp that's been partially consumed. I'm guessing that raccoon, he's been at it. Now here we have some deer hoof prints from a very large buck. He was coming towards me, so he was actually stepping this way. If I bring us around here, you can see where the hooves cut in and what I like to call the thumbs direct back out. Feeling the track, fairly soft. I'd say this has been within the past 2 days. And as I thought, he climbed up the bank here. He probably is going to be heading off in either that direction, but more than likely up that direction. You can start to see a deer trail right over in here, perhaps alongside this tree right here. And some more mussel shells. There's one right there, and one right there. Bring it up a little bit here. Don't want to get it too blurry out of focus, but some decent mother of pearl in them. Okay, I'm not sure how well this will come out on the video, but if you look here, you'll see the water's running pretty strong. There's a little bit of a rush right here where it's coming from a jetty, right in through here. But if you look over here, the water is much calmer and is actually flowing back a little bit from the edge and the ebby of the jetty. Now that is stiller water, and in conditions like this, this is where you want to fish from. Now if that's deep enough, and you'll see this runs quite a good ways from the edge. I mean, it's right in through here a whole way. And that still water is where you want to put your lure for fishing, because that's where the fish are going to hang out so they don't have to fight the current. I pointed out a deer trail earlier, and so that was most likely. As we come in here into the woods, we can actually see that it is indeed a deer trail. And I'm going to follow it a little ways and maybe even spook one up. So I'll be back here shortly. Well, I followed the deer trail and this is where it brought me. Farmer's field. I kind of figured that would happen. Beyond that tree line down there is the road. And I'll probably just take that to get my way back out. And just to pop in here for a quick second, zoom in on these deer tracks here. This is still a very active deer trail, despite it looking rather worn down. The noise in the background is just traffic. Somebody needs a new muffler, evidently. There's some fairly recent tracks. Here is a very old track, probably 2 weeks old or better. More tracks. They go in both directions. Some plodding here when the field was really soupy, but still very active. I'm actually under the bridge at 7:32. Give you a little shot there of the bridge. Let that auto adjust come in there for the sunlight. I'm actually under it. Creek is a little deep through here. Some rapids. And over there is the Black's Covered Bridge, also known as the Pugh's Covered Bridge, because of Pugh's Mill. Thank you. Now, I'd shown you some smaller mussels. This is just to let you know, they do get bigger. And they do get a whole lot bigger here in Ohio. And that is some great mother of pearl right there. Not exactly useful in a survival situation, but it's good to know that you will have fine food out here that is this large. The raccoons can do it, you can do it. Well, something else I want to point out while in nature. Sorry for the camera shake. You need to keep an eye on the sky, because earlier it looked like that. Now it looks like that, which means it's going to rain. And I'm about 1.5 miles from the apartment, so I better get a move on. Y'all enjoy the day.